Well, we
Look
might
at
as well
that.
show everybody. Here we go.
Well, it reflects too much, but
Oh no, we can see it quite clearly. I think it's a wonderful work of art. So there we go. It's the Jaws boat. It's the shark eating the boat. Dun 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 dun
do you
dun
see
dun.
that?
Dun.
See that right there?
I can't see what it says, but I can certainly see the sticker. Does it have sound effects? Does it play the
Oh,
song?
it's in no. It says GameStop exclusive, which
Oh,
I find
right.
very
Okay.
weird.
Why is it in GameStop?
Yeah.
What? I mean, to be fair, they have become very much like let's do pop culture because they sell more pop figures than consoles these days, don't they? Let's be fair. But
Or games,
or
probably.
well, games
yeah.
certainly, if not consoles.
It's all
yeah.
about returns and then having this stuff on the shelf to get like nerds like me to buy it.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Speaking
Matt
of
Hoover.
getting nerds to buy things, welcome everyone to GameFront's Gamescom 2022 roundup and reaction. The plan for tonight is we're going to briefly go through my trip down there and how it went. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get all the video we wanted to, so this seems like the best way to just show the pictures and things we did get. And then we're going to go through all the different trailers that were announced during opening night live and give our reaction to the different games that were revealed and see which ones are worth trying to convince James to play and which ones we would put firmly in the Morgan bin.
The James bin and the Morgan bin.
Yeah, well, I think James bin should be a no buy and the Morgan bin probably should be a buy, if we're being fair. I probably got that the wrong way round, maybe.
I don't know. Morgan's the one who made us get Biomutant.
That's true. There are sins for which he can never be forgiven.
Yeah, I'll never let him live that one down, but I think we all have our shortcomings.
It's very, very true. Before we do jump into the different pages and stuff, there is one thing I managed to bring back with me from Gamescom. This was courtesy of someone who also went with me, and I think you'll appreciate this. You might have to watch the stream to be able to see it, but I've got a new...
It's an STD!
It's not far off. It's... no, that's a joke. It's a new console for my retro collection. Would you like to hazard a guess as to what it could be? It's a rare one.
And it's like the legit, like the actual console, not like a
It's the original, and it's and we're talking 90s. So that's your clue.
Oh.
So,
And is it a handheld?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It's not handheld.
Like I was gonna say, is this like a yes or no thing? Because that was gonna be like a Neo Geo or whatever that was called.
I did. Someone. There was a really nice refurbished Game Gear on eBay the other week.
3DO? Is it a 3DO?
It's not a 3DO. It's more mainstream than a 3DO. It's just a rare version of something that was more popular.
Oh, the Super Nintendo. Did you get the
You're on the right lines, but think further ahead.
Nintendo 64?
It is a Nintendo 64.
Oh, is it the one that's like transparent?
It is. I'll show you now. It is the gold Japanese Nintendo 64. As you can see,
so it's not transparent or translucent.
It's not translucent. It is gold, and it's in pristine condition.
So I have to go to the stream to actually see this. You're not showing me.
Yeah, I don't think I would be able to, would I? I did put a picture in the Discord though, if you wanted to see it that way. But just think of a Nintendo 64, which is currently being blurred out by my stupid filter, but gold. I also got a regular Nintendo 64 and a boatload of games. Oh, it comes with a controller as well, and the controller is also gold. So that's always fun.
Yeah, I wonder if I still have my 64. I just remember getting controllers was a pain in the ass.
It came with 3 controllers. What I was given one gold controller, 2 normal, but the analog stick is broken on 1.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, Danny.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. I'm talking about an actual usable controller.
Yeah, they're not actually. I think because of the design of it, they're all in relatively different stages of brokenness.
Yeah, decay.
Yeah, exactly. So this one's going on. This one's going to find a place on the shelf back there, because if I try it,
what's that website called? Oh, sorry.
Which website? Sorry.
DK Junkie.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one's
Get
going.
some stuff from there.
Yeah, this one's going on the shelf because if I try to plug this one in, it would probably explode. Because it's not designed for UK power supplies. But I've got a normal one which I can plug in, and that one works, and it works quite well. So that's always good news. This one is more. I'm going to preserve it and try not to frazzle its insides.
What movie is that? Oh God! Oh, it's Top Secret. With have you ever seen Top Secret?
I haven't.
I recommend it. It's from the Zuckers. They made Airplane, the movie.
Airplane, I loved. So yeah, so it's that kind of surreal humor.
Yeah, and it's Val Kilmer. It's actually Val Kilmer's first role. I loved it when I was a kid, and it's parodying every like 1950s war kind of film, or 1940s, because it's about he's like a Elvis kind of like not impersonator, but he's like an Elvis like character, plays those kind of songs like a big musician, and he's traveling around, and so our government's like asking him to kind of like do these. He's supposed to like help save this professor that's being kept by the Nazis. Or get information. Anyway, it's really funny. It's very silly, but there's a moment where there's a sex toy that's shown off, and his like manager is just like, "Oh, I think I need to take this," and like goes home, and then he turns out that he's killed by it because he didn't use the right power adapter.
Yeah,
so that's exactly. He kind of like impaled himself. Anyway, it's ridiculous, but they're like, "Yes, he used the wrong." Like UK, and we're in Germany or something, whatever. And it's just like, dun, dun, dun. Very silly. There's some great moments in that movie. I'll have to figure out how to get it to you.
That is exactly what I need to try to avoid. Don't
the sex toy.
Well, not the sex toy, but just don't plug the wrong power. I mean, I am, in fairness, more likely to be killed by a games console than a sex toy. But you never know. You never know, do you?
Because what you're saying, you're more likely to fuck an old console than a sex toy.
That was not where I was going with that. But
I know.
Welcome to this professional Gamescom roundup.
There's a leak above my TV and my power supply, but I just gotta plug in my Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
But that's like the computer who wore tennis shoes. You could turn out like then you're gonna have like a built-in emulator in your brain. You could play Mario 64 anytime. Or Star Fox.
Wow. That would be cool. But you'd feel queasy. It'd be too realistic if it was in your head.
Yeah, man. You'd be like the end boss.
Oh yeah. People have said I look like him before.
I wasn't implying that. I just meant that like he's just a giant head, like you're.
Yes.
Anyway,
I think he also lacks hair, if I recall.
I don't recall that.
Anyway,
I remember big ears. I think.
Yeah.
And his eyeballs come out and get you.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's been a while. Okay. Anyway.
Oh, sorry.
Let's get to these or no, you're gonna show us off some stuff that you took with a.
Well, I mean, we can have a quick look at them. I mean, I thought I'd talk about what I saw about. Oh, hello, got a new sub.
So you go by Tommy.
No, that's just where. So that's just where I've shared the pictures. Just more convenient to show them on this slideshow. Saves me having to import them all in. Yeah.
So who is Tommy in this?
Oh, just someone who went with me. That's all. Just.
Oh, so he shared them with you?
Well, no, I shared them, but this is just a way of getting them in a gallery view through this.
Oh, the way you shared them. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
do you know what I'm
I
saying?
Got you now.
So like now I can click.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. I find it confusing.
Yeah, well, you don't need to worry about that because all they see is the picture. So, hello, Steve the Ghost.
Oh, just we'll take this offline.
I can't pronounce that name from YouTube, but hello to you.
A Plague Tale Requiem.
Oh no,
sorry.
I'm excited for Plague Tale Requiem. I don't know about you because I loved the first one. Innocence was great.
Isn't there another one?
No, I think this is the second one. If there's been one and I've missed it, then I'd have known because I loved the first one so much.
Okay.
No.
What'd you love about the first one? Because I don't know anything about this game.
It's kind of a very story-focused game, but you have to stealth your way through, and basically you're a young girl who has to try and avoid the Spanish Inquisition, TLDR. But you've got like your little brother who comes with you, so you have to try and make sure he doesn't get caught because they're the one they're after. And you can kind of command him to, stay put or run over there or fetch something. So there's like bits where you can maybe crawl under a wall that you can't fit through and stuff to get you a key and these kinds of mechanics. So and then there's the whole rat system as well, where you have to like get fire to keep the rats at bay because rats are spreading the plague at the time. That's kind of the anchor of the name there. But it's a lot of fun and the story's really cool. So I enjoyed it a lot. And it turns out that the Spanish Inquisition and the Roman Catholics, they're the bad guys because why wouldn't they be?
The Spanish Inquisition.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
So what's the protagonist's name?
Oh, I can't remember. It's French.
And we know how you guys feel about the French.
Love the French.
Yeah.
So this was Gamescom. We were kind of there I was there on...
Yeah, no, I was not there.
Yeah. Wednesday, Thursday. And the Wednesday, which is when most of these pictures were taken, was the day before the public was in, so it wasn't quite as busy. If I tried to walk around it was split into two places, right? It was kind of like the B2C bit, which is all these pictures are from, and then there was like the B2B bit, which is where I kind of lived. And if I tried to do the consumer bit on Thursday when they'd let the public in, I'd have died because oh my god, I have never seen that many people in my entire life. Oh. There must have been like 10,000 plus people maybe looking at it. It was the queues were snaking around the building. It was long. But luckily for me, we had a back entrance we could use, so it was very easy to get in and out.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Oh, so this is farming.
When it comes to the B to the C to the B to the B.
Oh, B2B means business to business, and B2C means business to consumer. It's just very industry terms, Zach. Industry terms.
Yeah, I'm not a part of it. That's why I wasn't invited.
Yeah. So I'll just skip through these quickly, but some of these. Oh, so this was the booth I was working at, the Australia booth. Because that's where
you live in London.
Is based. I live in London, so naturally I was on the Australia booth.
Yeah, and, makes sense.
It makes sense. I
wonder who was at the Japan pavilion then.
Oh, not me. Oh, press buttons.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. But I meant like, if you're at the Australian one, there to represent.
Well,
I work for this Australian company.
It's because the company was Australian, even though I'm not. So, funnily enough, there was like so many British people representing Australian companies. It was a bit of a meme. It was a bit odd. The robot uprising has started.
Dear God, what is that? Just a bunch of Transformers?
Yeah, I quite like the Top Gun looking one. I think that's what that is.
No, what is that for? What is this from? It says AI design.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't quite remember.
Talk to the guy who framed your photos up. He kind of like blew it. It was you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I take responsibility for the fact that I was probably rushing through, given my limited ability to be on my feet.
Why were you rushing?
Just so I could take as many pictures as I could
before
we had to leave.
Representing Australia, not Russia.
Oh, it's funny.
Nailed it.
It's funny.
Dad joke.
I kind of want one of these for my house. This looked like wicked fun.
Yeah, kind of want one of those. Yeah, where are you living now?
Yeah,
are you staying with the the Logan gang, the Paul Luke?
No, like this would be the size of my entire backyard, so it's probably not feasible. But
really, that's a pretty good sized backyard.
It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not enough to fit this in and still comfortably have places to have a garden. So, unless these green bits could be there. You know what? There might be something in it. Maybe I will build one of these. Who knows?
And that's when we knew Danny had lost the plot. He became his own Willy Wonka. You lose. Good day, sir.
And a lot of these pictures as well, because we were in there early, like some of the booths are not set up. So
I like the blurriness, like that's what I really appreciate.
It's good, isn't it?
You're really representing your iPhone right now.
This was the merch section where it was like 2 floors and there was so much. And I'll try and find one later, but one of the merch stores was selling giant fluffy penises. Now, I don't fully understand.
How many did you buy?
No, I didn't. Although I think Mitch also shared a picture of. I met Mitch, by the way. Did I? I don't know if I mentioned that. We ran into each other.
Mitch who?
Mitchell Saltzman.
He was in Germany?
He was there, of course.
Nice. So you met Mitch.
I met Mitch, and
before you've met me.
Before I met any of you. I know that's ironic. And he's a cool guy, but he was also trying to find. Oh, he's here. Hello. He has now. That's true. He has the distinct honor of being the only person who has physically met every other member of the Gamefront crew. That's true.
Wow, what an odd world.
I know, it's true.
What a way to weasel your way into the Gamefront cinematic universe.
You know what? I'm kind of
Jackson Payne. Is it from carrying the rest of us?
I'm kind of sad we couldn't really fly the rest of you here, really. There. If only we had money to do that, we should have done that.
Yeah, if only we had money to do that. Who would have thought that would be the thing that...
I think this was the stand next to where the giant fluffy penises were being sold. But yeah, this was also potentially... Now, maybe I'm just old.
Not worried about putting this on...
It was being shown in public, whatever. I mean...
Okay.
These were cool.
Germany public, right?
Germany's a bit...
I went to Germany when I was little, and I remember seeing porn on just...
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're a bit more lax about this kind of stuff than
I think. Right. So tread lightly. Just show like those fluffy penises. And so how many did Mitch buy of the fluffy penises?
I don't know, Mitch. How many of those did you buy? Oh, we had... I didn't because I don't drink alcohol, but everybody I was with had a lot of Kolsch, and apparently that stuff's quite lethal because everybody was drunk very quickly when we... And the Australia booth, by the way, funded by the... government of Victoria, there was more of that Kolsch stuff in the fridges than there was the water ran out by midday, but the beer lasted the whole show. So I mean, I think it was like the guy who was with described it as being like, have you ever seen The Thick of It, where government ministers are basically just setting up events as an excuse to get drunk? It was basically that. It was basically just Australian representatives drinking a lot of Kolsch to enjoy themselves. Is what it was.
Our government officials do other things with their time. That's like you guys.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh my God. Oh, whoa. Did you break right there? Yeah. Drop that beat.
Yeah.
Damn.
The
cool.
indie area was cool.
Really quickly by the Lego stuff.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
That's once again.
Well, I mean,
it's close. Is that as close as they'd let you get to these things, or did you like?
Well, no, not necessarily. Although this was kind of
sitting there.
This was kind of like the family area. I think it was more for kids, really. The Lego.
So what's that little car? Okay.
Sorry.
I don't want to ask questions. We'll just.
Oh, I'll get back to it. Don't worry.
What's that like ice cream looking trolley thing? It looks like it's more like.
Yeah.
Screens though.
Yeah. No, I didn't go up to it, so I'm not quite sure.
So this area was cool, but you decided not to partake.
Well, like I said, my time was limited.
It was for the children. It's all those kids right there.
My time was limited, and my time on my feet was limited, and I just tried to get as many pictures as I could. And also, this was on the Wednesday, so these halls weren't quite fully built yet. I'm not sure if, like, for example, the extension lead should still be there.
I was going to say nicely tucked in. That's very safe.
It was still being built. Like, this was the indie hall, but it wasn't quite finished. Well,
that sounds like an indie game.
The indie hall was busy. Like, I think that was probably the busiest bit. Like we'd been to. Oh, You Suck at Parking is cool. I like that game. If you ever get a chance to play it, it's just silly fun. But.
Is there a reason why I wouldn't get a chance to play it? Like, was it just there? Like, I would never be able to ride that because I'm not going to find that anywhere. But is that game going to be available online?
Yeah, it's available now. You can go play it. It's on Steam.
Yeah, this is coming out like 3 days early, right? Gotham Knights.
I believe so. And this bike is really cool.
Did you get to sit on it?
No. I should have done really, but it was behind a barrier. You know,
Oh, okay.
Being polite as Brits, we were kind of like, we don't go over the barrier.
And that's the Saints Row thing in the background, right? Which
yeah.
sucks.
Why is everyone sour on Saints Row? I was kind of looking forward to it, but
yeah, go ahead, look forward to it, play it. It controls like shit.
That's the yeah.
I mean, the first mission was just dog shit. It was like such like, oh my god! I remember when Saints Row the Third came out. That opening mission is so much fun, where you're robbing the bank. I don't think I'm mixing. Yeah, that's the third.
The Callisto Protocol, I'm quite looking forward to.
Yeah, from the dude who made Dead Space, right?
That's right.
Or the same developer, or
I'm not. I didn't go up to it, but I'm not quite sure why PaySafe.
That was well. Once we get to the trailer, I did watch that trailer, and I was like, "Oh, this is just like Dead Space." And then it showed like the one death sequence, and I was just like, "Oh yeah."
How do you feel about Skull and Bones? We'll look at the trailer in a minute, but
oh, that's the pirate game.
Yeah, given how much we're fans of Sea of Thieves.
Is that Tommy?
No, this is just some random dude who happened to be stood there when we took the picture. I'm not really sure who that is.
Wow, that's awkward.
I didn't get a chance to do the McDonald's escape room, Mitch. No.
What? McDonald's escape room?
Yeah, I'm curious myself, actually. You might have to explain that one. I'm not sure what that is. But,
he doesn't know it either.
To be honest, I mean, like I say, because I was there to work on stuff and mainly in the business halls, like had very little time to do stuff, which is why this is a bit of a typical disorganized mess of a stream with not a lot exciting to show, but I thought I'd at least show the pictures we took. But you know, it's just how it goes sometimes. But Park Beyond looks fun. I'm excited for that. It's kind of like a theme park roller coaster tycoon kind of game, but just insanely
I watched
wacky.
that trailer as well.
Yeah.
Insanely wacky.
Well, it's wackier. You can do some pretty fun stuff with it, though, from what I can tell. And then, of course, I enjoyed the simulator section because why wouldn't I? With
Jesus criminy.
You've got bosses, you've got police, you've got diggers. Everyone likes diggers.
Okay. Yeah.
No?
It sounded weird the way you went from saying one word to another word. It was hard to hear.
The only thing we tried, or the only which was not because it was on our booth right next to where we were, was this walk the plank, which is basically it's like a plank on the floor, but it's been designed so that when you're walking on it, it feels unstable below you, even though it's not. And you put an Oculus Quest on, which makes it feel like the plank is way up in the air going across like two skyscrapers, right? So you're actually trying to balance your way across. So you've kind of got the physical sensation and the fact that you're balancing on this board combined with the fact that you've got the headset on. So you were kind of like, and it sounds like, that's easy. But when you do it, it's kind of like, ooh, that wasn't fun. It was like really scary.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That wasn't fun. PUBG Mobile, they have an F1 race car to represent that?
They do.
Did they add that into the game? Can you now drive an F1? Or is that F2? I don't know the difference or what.
I don't know if it is Formula 1 or Formula 2. I think it looks Formula 1 to me, but I'm not an expert. Yeah. That's the Warhammer thing.
Yeah. That's going to be a fucking shit show, I bet.
AEW was there. They had a ring set up. Morgan is super jelly. So it was kind of cool to see, like, they had a little entranceway set up and stuff. So this was like the THQ. No, there you go. So and they had, I think they had matches as well. Although randomly we went to see the fight because it said on the board 5:00 there was going to be a match, and everybody turned up, and then nothing happened, and then everybody just left, and it was a bit weird. But I think that was just because it was for the Thursday. I'm not sure, but I didn't get to see a shot of the IGN booth, I'm afraid. No, Yeah, never mind. Alone in the Dark looks cool. I'm kind of interested in that. And then I should probably accelerate this because we'll be here all day. But yeah, Lego, exciting stuff. Clicked off again. Never mind. I just keep doing that. Anyway, we've probably mined this for all it's worth. I don't think there are any other good pictures, but
no, more random people that I don't know.
Of course.
What the fuck is a Bronco doing there?
I have no idea, but it looks cool in orange. I like orange and black.
Team Fordzilla. Okay, because yeah. All right.
Oh, although I like trucks and fire engines more, to be fair.
So once again, do you put like
because I was kind
Vaseline on your lens?
No, it's just because it was moving. Like I say, I was trying to do this as quickly as I could. My time was limited. I'm sorry.
Is there a person pushing you through this whole like?
No,
was Mitch behind you poking you with an IGN stick? Get the fuck out of here!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everyone. I've upset Mitch. I've upset you.
Come back when you're James Heaney.
I know.
With his banana doing his interviews.
I tried to find the banana. The hotel didn't have any bananas. We went to that Shell garage near where the hotel was. We couldn't find any bananas. Obviously the Australia booth only had beers, so we didn't have bananas. I so desperately tried to find a banana so I could just at least do one thing with a banana mic, but I just could not find one. So it all went wrong. And then,
Wow, my brain put that word together. What the hell? Is that just giant stick of meat?
Oh, and then there's this one video which I'm quite looking forward to AEW Fight Forever. It looks pretty cool. So, yeah.
Does it?
I mean, it looks a bit
cartoonish.
It's made by
let's scream at each other.
Whoever made the old WWE games, I think it's Ukes.
Mitch got a meat skewer from there. See, there's a guy I would have. Oh, I don't know if he's saying Yucks was the meat skewer, but I was gonna say
no.
Mitch
Ukes is the developer of this game, but a meat skewer. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because then you can. Yeah.
I'm quite sad about the fact that while I was there, I never got a chance to try any bratwurst or currywurst. I did have schnitzel, which was nice, but.
What is schnitzel again? That's like pounded breaded pork?
Yes.
Or is it?
I had pork schnitzel, which basically, like you say, they tenderize it to absolute calamity. And then it was battered, and then it had fried eggs on top. The one I had anyway. Oh. But it was nice. It was really good.
Nice.
Yeah, so that in a nutshell. I need to find the fluffy penises. We don't care about that, really, do we?
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
I can't believe you didn't buy everybody a fluffy penis.
Should we look at some trailers?
Pillow? Like a pillow?
Yeah,
like
exactly. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
You know, the whole IGN gang all got one because they just do that. They're just like penis pillow fighting at the end of the night.
Moving swiftly on.
I would have done it if we were all together. I've been like, penis pillows for everybody. Puffy penis pillows. Puffy penis pillows. It's fun to say and fun to fall asleep on. I don't know.
This has gone off the rails.
Well, no, now I gotta find this because you're not gonna share it with me.
I did share it in the Gamefront Discord in Yip Yap. If you go up
is it brown? Does it have like little tears?
It has a face on it. I think it has a face on it. Yeah.
I can get one of these. Yeah. Only $18.
Wow, is that how much they cost? That's ridiculous.
Is it only 8 inches?
They come in. There's different sizes. If you.
Yeah, well, I know. That's how real life is too.
I know. It's a grower, not a shower. I can't find the video though. I'm trying to find it.
It's small, but it's fierce.
Anyway.
I think there's a giant bread-shaped pillow, 40 inches. It looks like a giant baguette. I have to buy this now. So thanks a lot, Danny. When I have two penis pillows. A chocolate donut.
Mitch will send you a deck pillow if you want one. he's offering to ship it.
Well, it's all about size now that I'm really like getting into that. I could see that there's a 20-inch one. and it's kind of looks like you've left half of it out to tan.
Yeah.
And not the way you think it would be left out to tan. It's like you wrapped half of it.
Do you know actually what amazed me the most is that the booth that was selling this stuff had on it, I forget the exact name, but it was like pinkypenis.com or something. And then it had on the sign, like the hoarding above the stall, in relatively small letters, every purchase comes with a free pop figure. And then it had a row of logos with everything from Marvel to Disney to Warner Brothers and I was like, I'm wondering how many brand managers approved the use of these logos to be sold alongside this particular product, because I'm going to guess not many. So I don't know if they're just like ballsy or whether that's just like, because I'd have thought they'd be like...
No pun intended?
Pun very much intended. Because I'm just thinking like, and Disney, there was a Disney logo and right above it is where the actual penises were attached to the top of the stand. And I'm thinking, I'm not sure Disney want their logo next to that. I'm not an expert on branding and that kind of a thing, but yeah.
Bye, Mitch.
Good night, Mitch.
Good night, Mitch.
Oh, he's going to bed.
2:00.
Oh, I thought he said he was going to bed.
Oh, he's still in Germany?
Yeah, he must be.
Oh, I don't know how things work. We had one of those. I thought IGN had one of those, what was the
transporters from Star Trek?
No, that'd be really cool. But what were the really fast planes that they kind of just... Concorde, yes.
Yeah, Concorde was good.
Because they're kind of trying to vamp that or build something or something similar to that. That's coming.
Yeah, it's just not financially viable though. Just because of the shit ton of fuel that it burns, especially in the current climate, not great. Should we watch some of these trailers before?
Yeah, let's do it.
You don't sound too enthusiastic.
I'm as enthusiastic as I feel like I could be. For not getting flown out to Germany. Oh, is this the Hot Wheels expansion?
Do you know what? This trailer, when I first saw it, and I don't know if you've seen it, but it did. I did wonder for a minute, just exactly what am I seeing? This is for a game called Everywhere. I don't know if you've heard of it when it was announced during the opening night live, but it's kind of like they want to be the metaverse without using the word metaverse. Is kind of my take on this, but then things all get a little bit weird. So they didn't say a lot other than the fact that it's made in Unreal Engine 5, but it
And who's making that?
I forget the name of the studio, if I'm honest. I think it was made by Builder Rocket Boy is their name.
Yeah, I kind of saw that name somewhere, I think, but who the fuck, what else have they made?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's weird.
Did they make a puffy penis pillow?
I doubt it, but I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I have questions. It looks cool, but I mean, they didn't when they were on stage talking about it. They didn't want to say it was the metaverse, and they didn't want to say anything like that. But when I'm looking at it, it looks like that, right? It looks like loads of different kinds of, because there's like racing games in there. There's like almost first-person shootery.
It looked
action
like it felt
stuff
like
going on in there.
Crackdown.
Yeah, well, some bits did, and then some bits didn't. It was kind of like, and when they were talking about it, they were saying it's like a place where you can do multiple different kinds of experiences and things like that. And it was kind of like, okay, so you're trying to do the metaverse again, but not say the word metaverse. That's kind of how I took it. But I don't know. It's weird. Although it does look nice. Like it looks like the graphics and the landscapes and stuff kind of look really nice. So I'm not sure what that's all about. This one is for Dune Awakening, which is a new survival MMO by Funcom.
And they made the Conan game, right?
They did.
Conan.
Yes.
Is the mind killer.
Conan O'Brien.
Not that Conan.
Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear is gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain.
That kind of looked like Suicide to me, but I'm not sure how you take that. I mean, it didn't look like
It's
a survival.
gorgeous looking. I know it's a gorgeous looking trailer, but says very little about the gameplay you're gonna get. And here's something about Build a Rocket Boy, the official Twitter account for Build a Rocket Boy, building at everywhere_game, the game. They are following everywhere_game, so they literally have nothing else besides that. And you know what? Hopes for that are low, expectations low.
Yeah, I mean,
sure
they opened the show, and I think everyone was a little bit, "What is this? Who are they? What
Their
is
website
this?" Yeah,
doesn't fully work. And when I see a picture of them, it looks like a big old scam.
it was bizarre. In fact, there was.
But then again, who knows? Maybe it'll be the next No Man's Sky.
Maybe. I think Dune Awakening is.
It looks like Fortnite at times, I feel like, as well, and the way it pulls away from all those random things going on, the car racing and the third person shooting, and then it goes into that cinematic where it feels like it's supposed to be super heady and deep. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
Looks like they spent a lot on a trailer and they're just gonna hope people buy into it.
The only thing I can tell you, and I'm not sure if I should say, no, I mean, there's no reason why I shouldn't. We went to talk to them because they had a booth in the business area as well, and apparently, all they would tell anyone who went to see them is that it was made in Unreal Engine 5, and any other question you asked them, they just said we have nothing to say at this time. That's all they would say, and apparently they were just very disorganized and just a little bit kind of dismissive, and it was a bit odd. It was just very strange. We were kind of why have you set this booth up if all you're going to do is tell people you don't want to talk to them because you have nothing to say? And you should just it was a bit weird. So I'm not sure if, like you say, they're a bit of a, I don't know, maybe they're just new to this or being on making a game of this scope. I'm not sure, but it was a bit odd. But
well, yeah, they must be, and they're located in Budapest. They on their Twitter is besides announcing this game, they were looking for high up DevOps engineers and looking for people to hire via Twitter a year ago.
Yeah.
Senior data engineer.
Dune, on the other hand, it's hard to tell. It's probably just going to be a tie-in because there's making a movie and a TV series or something, aren't they?
Well, they already had the first movie, but the second part. But
so
we'll see.
Although, like you say, it looks pretty. But
it's just a cinematic because did you play the Conan game? The Conan.
Yeah, apparently Steve the Ghost had a rough time with that as well, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, I did not enjoy it very much. It was very sluggish, or just it felt like a slog.
Next up is the Callisto Protocol. Now, I am pretty pretty excited for this one, to be honest. We'll have a quick look.
I want to see like a trailer where they're like captured on previous generation hardware. Like that's what they're posting. Although that would be, I guess, a cool thing if it looks really good. They're like, oh yeah, look how great it looks.
Yeah, someone should do that, if only for like a silly parody game. Captured on a Pentium 4 with 4 gigs of RAM.
If only they had done that with Cyberpunk.
Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck. So whatever you're holding on to right there, that's your old life. You gotta let that go. Because your new life is entirely in my hands. I'm just trying to give you a chance at rebirth. I just love that last part. Gives me chills every time.
This kind of well, zombies with tentacles, but it kind of feels like Resident Evil meets something like Dead Space or Prey or something. It's kind of like Resident Evil in space. It's kind of what I get from this. But it looks fun in that kind of. It's got that Resident Evil kind of, you know, where you...
You're saying Resident Evil, just say Dead Space. It feels like Dead Space.
Yeah, but you
the
know...
way your health was on the back of your neck.
Yeah.
The monsters, everything about it. They even had like similar sequences hanging upside down. I can remember that from Dead Space 2. And there's a lot of tentacle like monsters in those ones.
I guess I was thinking more like the you know, like the tension of being slow to move while you're aiming and things like that.
Yeah, maybe it is. That's the only reason why I didn't care for it. And I feel like I saw a different trailer. Because there's one where he gets like stuck between like a fan and like cut in half. And I was like, oh yeah. But I was just watching kind of thing and like, oh, kind of sucks when you watch a trailer for something and you're watching the guy get hit a bunch of times. And you're like, oh, I've played this game to where, especially Dead Space 2, couldn't really take any hits if you played on the hardest difficulty and tried to get that achievement where you only died 3 times throughout the whole game and you only had 3 saves. No, you only had 3 saves. That's what it was.
Apparently there was a second gameplay trailer, which is probably the one you've seen.
Yeah, but it's just like same with that, like the way the gun is. It's like I'm sure they're not showing everything, but it better be something where it's not like prepare to get hit a bunch of times and just deal with a bunch of fucking slow moving. Like I've been trying to play Resident Evil 4, and holy shit, man! Speaking of Nintendo 64 or GameCube, like the way they made those games like maneuver and like, oh my god. Like, can you imagine in real life if that's the way you functioned? Like,
I know.
Like that, you'd be like, what? This doesn't make a fucking lick of sense.
Yeah, especially when your life is in potentially mortal danger.
Yeah. It's like, oh, no. He's behind me. Must awkwardly...
I had my adrenal gland removed, so there's no sense of urgency here.
Yeah, or even if you do the quick turnaround or whatever, like your aiming is just like, and now I am dragging. Like, oh, God. Shake. I'm so scared. Come on, Leon.
Man. This next one is the Lords of the Fallen, and
oh yeah, and this is like a reboot too, like a newest, like it.
Yeah, I believe so. I'm curious for your. This is more your domain than mine.
The trailer. So. Are we gonna be? We got to talk over this though, because this has like music.
Yeah, we can talk over it.
No, just saying. I don't want to get a copyright strike.
Wow.
But I was like, at first when I saw this, I was like, is this like part of the shadows of, like the Lord of the Rings? Like, is this a Lord of the Rings game? But
that's what I thought when I first saw the. Well, the Lords is kind of the thing that made me think that way, but
Right, and I thought it was going to be connected with maybe the new series on Amazon. I was like, okay.
Yeah, but it looks very Elden Ring-esque almost, doesn't it? To me, anyway.
Yeah, or that, because like the gods, and that's clearly one of the gods.
Fallen God's influence pervades the world again, corrupting even sworn enemies.
Whoa.
Join his accursed lords of the fallen.
Let's rock and roll.
Humanity to a new age.
You guys like 80s rock music?
These darkest days. New
I think it's 80s.
rise.
I think it
What
was.
is this fucking pinhead? He's got like nails all throughout his like skull.
Do you think like using 80s soundtracks is since?
Oh no, it's not 80s. This is 70s because it's like the Doors, right?
Ah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I can't even.
We probably should turn that down a bit just in case. But
Yeah, Morrison's gonna come get us. No, I don't know why I'm mocking the song, but it is just when they choose something so modern or for a trailer like this, or kind of takes you out of it.
It's weird.
Like, am I going to be hearing this music in the game now? All of a sudden?
Surely not. No,
Gonna have a modern rock.
It keeps the
Highway to
energy
Hell.
of the trailer up, but it is a bit of an odd fit for the
Kind
aesthetic.
of, yeah. It feels like I would have edited this back in like high school, like stoned, and I was just like, "Yeah, this is awesome." Kind of doesn't really send the right message.
So, I mean, is this a Souls-like? I couldn't quite tell from the trailer, but it looks like it's potentially.
Who knows?
going to be.
Everything's trying to be a Souls-like. There's the Atlas game that's coming out. I feel like has.
Even
or there's another
Pinocchio's
game.
getting one.
Well, yeah, right.
That Pinocchio Souls-like.
And it's the dark retelling of Pinocchio we've all been clamoring for.
The Pinocchio Souls-like isn't in this section of trailers I've picked, but was that game specifically made for James, a compulsive liar, that who now has his own Souls-like game? I mean, it just seems almost...
His nose just keeps growing.
Yeah, it's almost... Every time James lies, the character's nose gets bigger.
That
It
I
would
wonder,
be
yeah, if
amazing.
they're gonna have some sort of like game mechanic. But then again, they did say it was reflecting on like there's so many like story or versions of the Pinocchio tale. I believe.
Yeah.
See, there's the Disney version, and then I think Guillermo del Toro's even taking a poke at it. No pun intended.
Yeah. Kamikaze Ice helpfully says that Lords of the Fallen, which was released in 2014, was a Souls-like, so this very much looks like it's going to be.
Right, but there's another one too. It just feels like I mean, even the Callisto Project or whatever it was.
The
is that what it's
Callisto
called?
Protocol, yeah.
Protocol, yeah. Like those have their own kind of like Souls-like feel to them. I feel like, or as well.
Do you know what this all reminds me of? Do you remember like back
Survival.
in the olden days when like you
Back
had
in the old Danny days.
back in my day when you had things like Donkey Kong and Pac-Man, and people would make clones of them, and it was very obviously like the same game, but they would just give it a different name and different sprites and things. That's kind of almost the Souls-like phenomenon feels a bit like that to me. It's a bit like they're taking Dark Souls and basically just making the same game, changing the characters and setting a little bit.
Hey, the genre of the game, it's all dictated by then, like the gameplay and then the story. But like there's not too many like paths that you can diverge, and make your things solely original anymore. Like you're kind of always going to be stuck. There's the princess is in the castle and I must save her. Okay, let's be super woke now, not to be like that, but like we'll just switch it and make it the prince is captured and the princess has got to save him. It's like, you're still going by these beats.
Yeah, I mean, true. I
regardless
mean,
of, like-
you can do some. I mean, it's like battle royales, right? It's like when PUBG was first, especially when it was first a mod. Like that was a pretty unique way to play a multiplayer game. Now everybody's doing it, right? And Fortnite's
Yeah, but there's no
obviously
story. I mean, like
Yeah.
if there's no like arc, like that's just like
There's
they
only-
can connect
yeah.
the story to it, of course, but it's just like that's the gameplay, of that. Like it's like playing Gears of War. Like maybe you like the storyline, but then if you got into the multiplayer, the storyline didn't really matter anymore. It's just about the Nasher rolling up to a dude and fucking plunging it into his goddamn kidneys.
Well,
That's all I remember doing.
let's just hope you can swap the triggers and bumpers. That's the main thing.
Oh yeah.
This is moving out too, which
Are Are you
Actually,
struggling?
it looks like fun to me, so I left
This
it.
does look fun. This looks like a lot of fun.
Have you tried going online?
Online.
Visit exotic destinations. Move your dreams.
I enjoy the bonus DLC as well. It's coming up in a minute.
Apply today. No skills? No worries. Everybody's welcome. You're hired.
Bam.
Open
The
a
sense
door
of humor,
new
everything seems fun.
opportunities.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the old Theme Hospital kind of 2-point style of humor.
Or 2 or more.
Yeah.
You can do it. Move locally or connect together online.
Kind of like, yeah, Overcooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Nice
the
one.
zaniness. Did you ever play Fat Princess on PlayStation back in the day? They couldn't make that game anymore, I think. I almost want you to look up the trailer for that. That was a pretty fun multiplayer game, but it was very unique. God, I remember that was like the heyday of the PlayStation, man. Little Big Planet. Oh, take me back.
I thought there
Simpler
was
times.
I thought this was the game that had the horse armor DLC. Well, like a pre-order bonus. So, but anyway, yeah. I mean, back in like the mid to late 2010s.
Yes.
When you had those.
Yeah, it would have been like PS3, like right at the
PS3 360 era was probably actually
the
looking back.
Uncharted games.
Yeah. Probably like the new golden age of video games, really, to be honest. I mean, looking back on it now, didn't kind of feel like that way at the time, but everything now is either a sequel or a spin-off or a, like I say, a derivative of, or it's like movies.
Yeah,
right?
or just and it was just gonna be like, I was playing the Spider-Man game and I love it. It's fantastic, and it's from Insomniac, and they did the Infamous games. But that's what I kind of feel like too, is like that open world, like it's been done to death. So there's a lot of repetition when it comes to these type of games now, where when it did feel a little more fresh back then was, Infamous and Uncharted.
Looks like one of those house building games James and Morgan played for Humble Bundle. Yes, it is, and that's exactly the kind of thing I like. So maybe I'll play it. I still need to play.
Yeah, well, they did do that one where they were like supposed to like paint the rooms.
Yeah, the
color. That was
House
pretty
Flipper.
funny to watch.
House Flipper.
Yeah, was that the one? Okay.
Yeah, it was like where you basically had to renovate. I did train station renovation, which was very similar, but for train stations. And there's something ridiculous about those, but they're very, for some reason, almost cathartic kind of. If you've had a stressful day, sometimes people find cleaning to be helpful to clear their minds.
Well, and the ease of the repetition, maybe, like it's not like anything too like.
Yeah, you don't have to think too
stressful.
hard about what you're doing.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, oh, nice. I can just go pick up all these different bundles of trash. It's easily laid out.
Yeah. This is new Tales from the Borderlands, which is made by, I think, one of the actual. I don't think it's made by the main developers. I think it's. So it's not Gearbox's main team that usually does Borderlands. I think it might be the former Telltale.
Yeah,
studio,
Telltale.
But
We are in the middle of a TDR invasion.
Leave immediately! This area is now under TDR jurisdiction!
They think there was a vault key being kept on the station.
If we can find whatever's in that vault before TDR does, we can change our lives.
did you enjoy the original Tales from the Borderlands?
I didn't play it.
Many guns.
Okay.
Talking guns. Guns with legs.
I'm gonna blast you so freaking bad! Yeah! Shut up, Richard!
Okay, I love that.
It does look fun, to be fair.
I always wanted to change the universe for the better, and now we actually can!
But more importantly, we'll be drowning in ash!
Hated that.
Why are you people like this?
Fran. Nice.
If you happen to see any corpses along the way, don't worry about them. They're just, Yeah, don't worry about them.
I don't know. It looks cool to me, and I quite like the gun, the talking gun.
No, I do. I that was the most fun part, I thought. Shut up, Richard.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I mean, I know. I mean, Borderlands 3 was pretty good, and I'm sure I don't remember
We
playing.
never played.
I thought we did.
The new one together.
Oh, we should do.
Yeah, I've played it. It's quite fun, but it'd be better with like a squad. Squad assemble.
Yeah, we really should get back on board. I know you and James have played it a bunch of times and all the different ones back in the day.
Oh yeah, not the newest one, but yeah.
But yeah, never the spin-offs, I suppose. So, and Tiny Tina, we need to play that. We not played Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Ah, okay. I was talking about Borderlands 3, but yeah, fair enough.
No. I'd rather go with the
Tiny Tina's
D&D inspired one.
Yeah, fair enough.
A little more my style.
This is Dying Light 2. This next one, which is it's a new DLC for, I think.
Okay, cool. I'll fall asleep during this probably.
So we can probably.
Yeah,
skip
this
but...
can go suck. Fuck. This
Okay.
reminds me of really bad. Like Borderlands did it a bunch of times.
Well, you rant and rave over the
Wait,
top
what
of this.
the fuck? No. This is someone talking about it.
That's not the
This
right.
isn't
Yeah,
the
that's
trailer.
not the trailer. We can skip that.
Yeah, that's someone doing what we're trying to do.
All right, then.
Tortuga.
A Pirate's Tale.
Wait. So now we're just. moving on.
I can't. If I've got the wrong video, and you seemed angry by it, so we might as well just skip it. It's only DLC.
No, that's probably the best thing to talk about is the bullshit that they will release.
Well, before we watch this, then why don't you?
Oh wait, what is this? It looks like shit.
So it kind of reminds me a little bit of.
I thought this was an expansion for Sea of Thieves. It's not.
No, it's kind of like I think it's like a turn-based.
The world outside is beautiful.
Does that voice seem lined up? Like, is it matching for, or is it?
But there are also
Dude, who?
Nope.
dangers lurking in our search for treasure and gold.
This is the scam. This video game is a scam.
Yeah, I just think the lip syncing is not that great, to be honest.
Not that great. It's fucking awful.
And it's not the video. It just isn't. Yeah, it's not mocapped properly or at all.
No, Danny, this is one we didn't even need to humor looking at.
It was a reveal at the show. I mean, we can have a quick look at it. But yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's like a turn-based pirate game. I don't know. It could be interesting.
The whole world is open to us.
But pirate games seem to be a genre that's like ever since Sea of
Right,
Thieves
that's what I'm
especially.
saying. That seems like. Do you remember when a world? What was it called? DayZ was big, and then all those like other spin-off, like the companies that just really quickly tried to make their version.
Yeah.
And there was one company that just kept renaming their like, the name of the game because they kept getting like it shut down, and like they would just like scam people with a bunch of microtransactions and bullshit like that, and it got hacked. I'm trying to remember the name of the one. It was so bad because it actually like lasted. It's like H1Z1 or something like that.
That sounds right. I mean,
anyway,
yeah.
This is what the pirate thing is starting to feel like. Everyone is just Sea of Thieves, like already had a hard time getting started, like No Man's Sky, and then they made some waves and like.
Made some waves.
Yeah, it became a decent game, and then everyone just like I remember the Ubisoft one where you have the trailer for that, right?
Skull and Bones. That's been in development limbo for so long.
And Assassin's Creed was a Black Flag, which
that was kind of the
fine,
inspiration
but-
for Ubisoft to then do Skull and Bones. That's how long that's been in development for.
Right. But that was the thing. It's just like that. If that was what they were taking, and they already had like what they had from that game. Crazy that it would have taken that long, but it also did seem like shit in that game, maybe a little bit.
I think it's been in some kind of
whales.
Yeah, I think Skull and Bones has been in some kind of development hell, and I think what's bizarre as well is if you look at what Ubisoft have basically got releasing for the next 6 to 18 months. Like the main thing is Skull, like that's what they're kind of hanging their hat on, right? Like that's their flagship game for the upcoming like 6 months, like, or whatever, especially this quarter, it's like they're probably rushing that out the door, even though it's probably going to be a bit of a... I'm a bit nervous about Skull and Bones. I'm not sure how good that game's going to be. I mean...
I would just time it to come out at the same time as Tortuga, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Tortuga's safe.
Fucking torpedo that bitch and put it down. Those fucking monsters.
Anyway, we'll come on to
Can't
Skull.
believe that.
Yeah.
That's like, oh god. Yeah, you can pull out your golden Nintendo 64 and play Tortuga on it because it'll probably run just fine on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like I think someone just Kamikaze did say it does look like Sid Meier's Pirates, but apparently it's made by the same people who worked on Port Royale.
I don't know what that game is.
But I think they're like a smaller, not quite yeah.
Why doesn't Sid Meier's like any of these games? And you know what? Here's the thing that I wanted to bitch about, and this I guess falls underneath your AEW kind of ban or like Call of Duty. You know, with all these like, if the story changes, it's one thing, but like games like Madden and these things that just like the stats change and maybe they could update the roster of players.
Yep.
But a yearly like release of these games that then like play like trash as the new Madden game is getting reviewed like bombed to hell. It's just crazy. Like it makes me think the Sid Meier's, like same with him, like Civilization games should now just have a pirate, like or like a version of it, like that's just a DLC for that or something, instead of releasing a whole nother game where it's, I don't know, that fucking Tortuga game is throwing me for a loop. And people who still buy any of those fucking like games, the Madden or the NFL or the
I kind of skipped
or any of them.
Like if anything, I always like. So WWE games I played quite a lot, and we used to play a lot of FIFA back in the day, and I'd wait for because every 4 or 5 years they'd do some major changes either to the engine or the actual features and stuff, and I kind of always wait for them. So like sometimes you'd get like the 2012 and then 13, 14, 15 would probably just be the same with, like you say, an updated squads or updated roster or whatever. But then like 2017 they might actually do some fundamental work to it. That's when you should update to the next one. But Drunk Zach reviews Tortuga. Yes.
Hell yeah, man.
That's what the people want to see.
Penis pillows.
Penis pillow. Well, it wasn't even a pillow. It was more of a... I don't know. Anyway, this is early access for Marauders. Coming soon.
18.
Bring back Bebo. What the fuck? That looks ridiculous. What? Oh shit, it's early access.
Team 17, it's the home crowd. Well, publishing it. Anyway.
Oh,
I'm not sure about small.
Fucking Worms, Armageddon guys.
Well, they're publishing it, but I don't know. I'm not sure what the rest of it is. Just logos, but wow,
the trailer ends halfway through that.
Yeah, most of it's just the bumper because the trailer's so short. But I just want to show this first bit again, just because of how ridiculous. That like.
I feel like he plugged in the dildo into the wrong outlet and like had.
Yeah, that's what happened now. Especially
I want to watch that. Like that.
The close up of his face is the best bit. This bit.
It doesn't look like it's a real person. It looks like you like strapped it to like a mannequin and you just like pulled the trigger. Like it was just like, oh, it's on auto fire. Like it's the first version of the Portal Sentries or whatever.
Yeah. Are you still there?
No. Yeah. What if we made it look like a psychopath? And the way he just turned so casually his head.
Yeah, while the
your
gun
whole body's
stays
shaking.
Which means he's no longer looking at what he's aiming at. The gun's still facing forward. That's the taking new meaning to spray and pray right there. Jesus.
I think it would have looked better if we could have seen the character model's actual face instead of it having a like you needed to see some sort of emotion. That was hilarious. I almost want that like as a GIF.
I know. I was going to say someone should just clip that into a GIF. I might do that.
That needs to be a meme. Just
Just this one is for Mikey. Destiny 2 Lightfall. Do you play Destiny 2? Are you interested in that kind of thing?
No, but I saw that he was playing it yesterday. As he plays it every day.
I think Morgs used to play a bit of Destiny back in the day, and
I played the first one, but it also felt very repetitive.
it is.
This will be interesting because it's like we are gonna cyberpunk this game up.
Yeah, this looks very much inspired by Cyberpunk on it.
And some of those enemies look like Warhammer guys. Oh, that's the thing from Star Wars.
Jabba the Hutt.
No, the one that he's put down in the pit.
Oh yeah.
Sarlacc, right? Oh no! Too many candles.
The one thing
I feel like that was Tim Curry's character from Fern Gully.
Yeah. I'm sort of semi interested to play this because I don't play a lot of Destiny 2 and I'm not competitive and I'm not good in competitive shooters, but I do boot it up from time to time because I quite like to play through the campaigns, like, you know, sometimes with Mikey, like the free stuff and the story bits when new drops come, and it's a gorgeous game when you play it, and it is fun to play as long as you're not actually interacting with other human beings. And I don't know, visually it just looks very, very nice. And that Blade Runner inspired font going on there and stuff, that's very much what they're going for, isn't it? I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stick to Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, thank you very much.
Oh, that was so good. That was just such a random blast of nostalgia. It was just... Yeah. This one I'm kind of... Let's watch this.
I am pretty intrigued by this too. For a Sonic game, hopefully we can finally get a good one.
This has some actual levels being shown off in it, and it's kind of made me think, okay, at least the levels look like they're going to be fun.
I thought everything looked fun. Even this was cute.
The actual hub world is controversial in Sonic circles, but I think it's let's try and be Zelda Breath of the Wild kind of vibe going on. And Sonic has been doing that for a long time, right? Like,
I thought this was like Nier Automatica or whatever doing, pulling right there.
Yeah. Like, these levels look really, really nice. And it's the same gameplay we've had for the last 10 years, which is solid at this point. But how the hub worlds will work exactly just seems a bit odd.
Amy, is that you?
And I'm not sure what those things are.
The Naruto run. Naruto.
Every single Sonic game... This is the problem Sonic games have got. Because you run through the levels so fast, and you generally complete a level, especially in modern Sonic games, in about 1-2 minutes tops.
Automata.
They have to find ways of trying to pad out the game so that it lasts longer, right? So, like, Sonic Unleashed had the weird Werehog levels where they tried to be like a slow-paced beat-em-up, and nobody liked it, and, you know... They're always doing things of that nature where they're just trying to find ways to slow the game down because it's too fast. And this one, I think the way they're doing it this time is with this hub world and this kind of almost trying to be Zelda kind of thing going on with it, which hasn't been shown off too much in this trailer actually. But if you look at the earlier ones, you see more of that. And it's always a coin toss with Sonic games. It's either going to be it's like Star Trek movies. It's either going to be really bad or really good, and they kind of alternate in that order. So it's tough. But I'm excited. I'm interested to see what it's going to be like. I'm surprised it runs on Nintendo Switch based on how gorgeous it looks. I mean, it's probably going to be graphically nerfed, I assume, but. How does that run on Nintendo Switch? It doesn't really, does it? Anyway. Under the Waves.
Oh yeah.
This one was intriguing when I watched it, but I'm curious to know what you think, actually.
So many things behind us.
That other
Objects.
game.
Memories. Mistakes.
Because it kind of gave me some Bioshock kind of vibes, which obviously I like.
Bottom and go to sleep. Silence is full of ghosts. And here, voices can only come from the deep.
Look, it's even got little sisters.
Under the waves.
I don't think it's going to be quite as creepy or as horror-y as Bioshock. And
Yeah,
I'm not sure
Subnautica, is that the game that I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
It kind of has a little bit of that, but a little more Bioshock too.
And I quite like the idea of exploring an underwater city, but it wasn't designed to be. It's a city that now happens to be underwater, which
yeah. For one shot, it reminded me of Alan Wake a bit. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm
this bit.
intrigued by it. Yeah, that exact shot. I was like, oh, seen that before, and I have been intrigued because in the distance you can see that looks like a lighthouse.
Yeah, there's definitely something lit up there. Well, it looks like the street lamps work as well, so I'm not sure if that is a case of it's supposed to be there, but then why would you build a city underwater with this kind of
no, I
infrastructure?
think you're right, but yeah. Somehow maybe it's been, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of not remastered, but damn it, there's a really good word. I'm totally lost of it, but like refabricated or
repurposed.
Someone went repurposed. I guess that's a good one, but it's not the one I'm looking for. But that's perfect. That'll shut my brain up. Nope, stop it. Repurposed.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to learn more. Let's put it that way. I'm curious to see just exactly what this one's about.
Yeah, and I think there must be another trailer for that as well. Because I thought I'd seen it, but maybe I only watched a little chunk of it. But I felt like I'd seen maybe some other clips. But
is it third?
Not as much.
Was there any gameplay? Like, do you know if it's third person, first person?
No, I felt like whatever I saw was pretty cinematic, but it wasn't exactly that.
Okay.
So yeah, who knows? I did end up watching a lot of these all at like 11 o'clock at night.
No, this one is this one. I mean, I never played 2, but the original was good fun.
Oh god.
It's Goat Simulator 3.
Retrofitted. Yep. Thank you, Kamikaze Ice.
It's amazing to me just how the original Goat Simulator, just made as a silly spoof of simulation games, has turned into this insane franchise. But this just
I want to
looks so...
play the second one again. I mean, it's so silly, but I bet this is going to be perfection. Like, this is James's type of game.
It absolutely is James's type of game. It's
like it has that whole Pain, that game. Pain,
yeah, his favorite game ever.
Yeah, that game mode or wherever. It's all about like you just destroying stuff. And what the fuck?
Who doesn't want a giant head? And obviously to crash into gas stations and.
Oh my god!
It's just a physics sandbox of fun, isn't it? Is what it is. And yoga.
Yeah, of ridiculousness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because of goat yoga, right? That's a thing. You know that, right?
I did not know that, but I believe you.
Yeah.
Because.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm quite excited about this. It looks like ridiculous fun.
Oh my god, that was adorable.
The one with the top hat on top of the thing.
All of it's but running into the castle or whatever and like being bowed down by other. Oh.
That was a depressing entry. Being eaten by a whale. A beluga whale.
Pinocchio, man. It's all about Pinocchio.
I know. This next one, I was quite surprised to see that they're actually making a new Monkey Island. Now, the original...
Oh, it's been, for a while. He's been getting harassed online, too, I think.
Oh, that's not good.
magic of marketing to let you know that your
I remember the original Monkey. I think it was on the Amiga or something, like or the Commodores and all that stuff. It was old, like the original Monkey Island. I was very young when that was the thing, so.
you'll be visiting, like this one.
Get lost.
The art style
And if escapism is
doesn't
your
look
cup of
terrible,
beer, you can't do much better than this exotic and extremely remote
but it
island.
does seem a bit almost too clean, I guess.
Return to Monkey Island launches September 19th, which happens to be International Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Arr.
You don't have to wait. You can order it right now, before it's even out.
I don't want to say it's not quite as bad as that remake of
13.
Toe Jam and Earl that me and James played, where it was very clearly a Flash cartoon, but it almost kind of has that Flash cartoon vibe about it. Also, his arms. What the hell is that?
I love
about?
his arms. Oh, I thought that was hilarious.
We should just present all of our videos that way. This is Danny from
With our
GameFront.
arms doing
Welcome to
that?
the that's exactly what we should do.
Please note that the horse armor has no practical use in game and in no way will contribute.
Oh, this is the horse armor.
Oh yeah, I must have confused it. Yeah.
No, you definitely
that,
did.
Interesting that
Yes.
it's only on Switch and PC too.
Well,
although
for
quite a
now.
few games for now.
I like the way they centered it. It reminds me of my family's business. We just did new brochures, and whoever did them, someone got hit in the head like right when they were lining things up.
I'm not even
Doesn't
quite sure it's
seem-
aligned with the September 19, to be honest.
That's what I mean. Like that's the part that it's lined up with, actually, or it's trying to be more over there. They made some interesting decisions.
Well,
choices were made. A good majority of them were poor.
But the original Monkey Island was a classic, so hopefully this is good. I mean, I think it's tough to be
Oh
a
my
sequel
god,
to...
that's genius. Sorry, what Kamikaze Ice just said.
Oh, I see.
If you guys could make
Give your game from Pro Wrestling announces the Kermit arms. Yeah, I mean that we should we should certainly look into it, assuming we ever make any more.
Yeah. Maybe. Oh yeah.
Apparently, we're back to strangling whatever breath of life is left in the Minecraft show now. But we'll potentially go and kill that too.
We're just finding the the caskets that haven't been nailed shut completely.
Yeah.
What's in here? Oh, dust that off. Let's see if we can do something.
This is Moonbreaker reveal trailer.
Moonbreaker.
I quite like the idea of it being a, like, Warhammer style miniatures, figurines kind of game, isn't it? But it's, well, digital, I suppose. Which is useful given how expensive that hobby is to be able to do it in a slightly cheaper way. Although you must think that they're going to charge an absolute fortune for DLC.
It won't last forever either.
Well, that's
game
true.
will either be defunct. Maybe they'll make a new one, and then yeah. Get over here. I feel like that's been used before.
Stop this treachery!
Come on, it's fun. The crowd goes wild.
I like the fact that you can do custom paint on the on your models, and because I think that's an important part of this kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Making it your own. I get that, but
Yeah, like everyone's army is almost unique, and like when you see pictures of people playing at D&D tournaments and stuff. I am no longer in Germany, El Scorchio. I have just returned, so I'm back in Blighty, I'm afraid. But yeah, it was fun.
Take it easy. Don't need to tell them exactly where you're at.
Yeah, my physical address is.
What do you have open here?
Venice Beach. These are just all the different. I'm not James. I won't give people my address. This is friends.
But I will give James's address.
Very catchy too.
Oh, everyone knows James's address. This is Friends versus Friends. It looks fun. But it's yeah. I'm not sure if this music is copyright or not, but
music. It's music. Oh.
I think this is like a combination of a first-person shooter with like a card battler, which is interesting. But the aesthetic is cool.
Okay.
Well, it kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, the modern cartoons like the DuckTales remake and stuff. That kind of art style almost, but
yeah, or Story Time, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
All right, interesting.
Not your kind of thing.
I like the art style.
The art style
and
is
I liked
nice.
the song.
The song was nice, yeah. I don't like cards getting in my way, if I'm honest. Like, it's a bit like when we were playing Back 4 Blood. Anything where you've got to look at cards and trying to figure out what they mean and stuff.
Oh,
just like,
yeah, that's true.
I don't want to
blood.
Yeah.
The game that was ahead of its time, as the developers say.
Yeah.
Neo Wiz.
This is Lies of P. This is the Pinocchio Souls-like. So I'd be very, very curious to see James play this one. Oh.
Okay, so this is the story trailer.
They really know how to set a scene. I had no idea Pinocchio had such a deep lore, to be honest. I mean,
but what use is prosperity against the impending doom that is the plague? Wake up, son.
Father!
Was Pinocchio always this creepy? I'm guessing they're calling it Lies of P and not Lies of Pinocchio to try and avoid. Because I always remember it being more of a kids thing. I don't know.
Well, it's common, or it's
It's like is it like a folklore? Does it just go back a long time or something? Or...
Yeah. I want to say it's, what's that called? When anyone can write
yeah, because it's public domain.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Why I was like saying all I could come up with was common domain, and I was just like, that's not right. That guy's a hip hop dude. Common.
I mean, I'm intrigued by it. I think it'd be. I'd be curious to know from the chat if it's one you guys are looking forward to as the general experts on Souls likes. But maybe one we could play when it comes out. This next one is Stranded, which I think is like a base builder. It looks pretty interesting. So it's made by, is it part of Frontier? I'm not sure, but. Yeah, the Pinocchio Souls-like trailer was a bit slow-paced, to be honest. I think the problem with a lot of these trailers, especially when you're going to be dealing with things like a base building game, is that a cinematic trailer is very pretty, but it tells you the square root of diddly F about just exactly how this game is going to work, or how it plays, or if it should any good or not.
Mm-hmm.
But we do know that it's going to be on an alien planet potentially that's been battered by meteorites. So I'm thinking, what? Oh. Apparently a spaceship crashes and then you have to build a city in space. The one place that is yet to be corrupted by capitalism. Space! Do you remember that scene?
No.
Tim Curry in Command and Conquer. Where
No, I never played Command and Conquer.
Go look it up. It's Tim Curry. And he's corpsing because the line that he's been given is so ridiculous. And he basically just says, I'm going to the one place that is yet to be corrupted by capitalism. And then you can see he's trying to hold it together and he just goes, space! It's ridiculous. I'll put it on for you if you want.
I found it.
You found it. I'm going to put it on anyway.
I do remember seeing it in other things.
Commander,
as well.
You've rained on my glorious parade.
Because it's so good.
For this, I'm sending everything I've got at you.
Also, Tim Curry's a legend, so whatever.
I won't let you have the satisfaction of catching me. I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism.
Look at his face.
Space!
It's brilliant. It's probably the greatest work he's ever done.
I don't know about that.
I'm being sarcastic.
Come on, Pennywise.
I'm being sarcastic, but yeah.
God, I wish I could remember his character's name from the movie Congo. God.
Hey, Dr. Fishy. Welcome. This next trailer is for Atlas Fallen. And apparently it's a role-playing game. And it's apparently set in a desert based on all the sand.
I think this is the one I was wondering about earlier. Or I thought it felt like a Souls-like. Maybe I'm mixing it up.
Memories of our past. When gods walked this world. And our heroes stood amongst them. But the gods' vanity grew. And in their struggle, we were cast away. Only remnants of these stories remain. In the sand. In the ruins of this shattered, broken world.
I like how for some reason all these trailers have subtitles, but they're in just random varying languages.
You could probably change that, maybe.
But
I was going to mention that my main annoyance is that this is another one where it's just a fucking giant cinematic and you see nothing. Like, game play wise, so it's just like cool.
I mean, it's going to be an action RPG, is what they've said. But you're right, like it's difficult to tell exactly how it's going to work. It's like watching a film trailer for
Fallen game.
Yeah, it's like watching a film trailer for a film you're never going to be able to see because it's not going to work or look like this. I guess it gives you the essence of what it's going to be about, but
yeah, that's what I feel like. I don't think so. The way they show combat off a lot of the time in these trailers, it's just like not realistic to being like you actually doing it. Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking knock that thing that far away.
Yeah.
That's not like gonna be a fun combat. It's just like, oh cool, you knocked something away. Now you have to run over to it again.
Yeah, in terms of what you see, it's not representative. But you get a vague idea of what the aesthetic is going to be, what the story
I guess so.
might
I just
be
know,
about.
like, oh, you guys have arm weapons.
We won't.
Like prototype or something. You're able to reverse time and fix bridges, apparently.
Can you reverse time?
Well, he fixed that bridge that had broken earlier, so.
Gods.
Like right when they get there, he like does something with his wrist can. Oh, okay, we're getting something here.
I think you have like special powers and abilities to do things like repair stuff or.
I must have. Yeah. Oh wow, it's that quick. Yeah. See, like, oh God, what was that game we played for a split second? And it was like a first-person shooter, and it was all about using your momentum, and you'd be able to like ride down slopes, and it was like a team-based, death match, but it was all about having your momentum on these slides, and you'd be able to. It sucked. It was just a real fucking the premise was just that, on top of just being an FPS.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see whatever that is, but that just looks like, oh yeah, you're traversing a bunch of areas, so then now you can sand snowboard or whatever. Cool.
Kamikaze says it reminded him a bit of Devil May Cry from the brief.
Yeah, I mean a little bit from the combat that you saw for like a split second at the end, and that seems like a convoluted mess when you're like, oh, and it's co-op. And it's an open world.
Yeah. This is
Tribes. That's what it was.
Tribes. Yeah.
I mean, it was fine, but it was just like, oh, can't remember who played against.
This is Homeworld 3. And apparently this one is in-game footage.
Escorting resources. But we were ambushed by Kalan raiders. Fighters were no problem, but the missile frigates were a different story. Command got clever. One wing used cover to keep themselves safe on approach. While another group found a tunnel in the structure to sneak behind them.
We're on the right path with range. Get you up. Let's do this.
It worked. But just before a carrier battle group arrived. We scrambled bombers.
Sector confirmed. Scanning zone adjusted.
Perfect for attacking capital ships.
This is bomber lead. Engaging carrier.
We protected the resourcers while they hauled in the goods. Which meant we could roll out assault frigates.
Cleared hot. Let's take it to them. Stay on them.
Break contact.
The raiders weren't pushovers, but command countered their hit-and-run tactics. The way their carrier exploded, beautiful. And we even grabbed a little souvenir. That missile frigate is ours now.
I have to admit, I'm not massively familiar with the Homeworld series, but when was that? Wasn't the last one like in the 90s or something? It must have been a long time ago.
I have no idea. It seems like it's like a. So it's a real-time strategy.
Yeah. It was this genre of game, like I say, was actually quite. You know,
Well, it makes me think of StarCraft a little bit.
Yeah, and you know, and
I did not. Yeah, I've never played Homeworld.
Yeah, kind of like unit management games where.
And resources are important, so it's all about resource management.
It's like I remember Star Trek Armada was one I used to like back in the day, but yeah, it's been a long time since the last. I mean, I recognize, I remember Homeworld and Homeworld 2, but 2002 was it? Okay, that's a long time for a sequel again. You have a lot of, it's difficult to do a sequel after that much time, I think.
It's the orphan of sequels.
It really
video
is.
Game sequel.
Yeah. Having said that, I mean, I suppose if you look at how popular, what's it called? The space game, which was based on like a really old, again, like Amiga era, still really popular.
What was it called? Eve?
No. It was. Why am I blanking on the name?
Exile.
No.
Good try, Kamikaze Ice.
No. It's like it's an online multiplayer.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Leisure Suit Larry, that was it.
Yeah.
No. What was it called? I don't know. Fill Time.
Fill Time? I don't know who that is.
Hello.
Oh, you want me to fill time?
My name is Phil. My name is Fill Time.
Everspace. Did I not say? I said that already, right? That's a movie.
No, I'm not thinking of Everspace. I'm thinking of
World of Warcraft.
Not World of Warcraft. I'm not sure anymore. I give up.
I am a meat popsicle.
Are you really?
Phantom Star.
Can I ask you a question about meat popsicles? Since I've never actually
Inner Space. I've never had a meat popsicle. Yeah, that's what you're about to ask.
Is it actually frozen meat?
I've never heard of such a thing. The only time I heard the meat popsicle line is from the movie Fifth Element.
Elite Dangerous.
Nailed it.
I'm trying to think of, because Elite, it's a sequel to Elite, which is a very old Commodore, again, Amiga era kind of thing. And that was and Elite Dangerous is very popular, I believe. So maybe it's got legs.
I felt like I said. Did I not say that?
No, you said Exile.
Oh no, I know. I mean, I know I said Exile because Kamikaze Ice typed that in, but I thought I was thinking of that one. I said Eve Online, and I meant to say Elite Dangerous.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I think I own that game. Oddly enough, never played it.
This is very much outside of my wheelhouse, but are you a fan of Genshin Impact or these kinds of games?
I have no idea what that type of game is. Has a lot of views though.
It has something to do with anime.
Oh yeah, it's not my.
Not your cup of tea. Yeah, me neither. I genuinely don't understand what any of this is about, but we'll quickly watch it anyway.
Very Zelda-y.
With some sitar in the background for reasons.
Can't see. I'll uproot you.
I'll uproot you. That is the most unique threat I think I've ever heard somebody. I will uproot you.
That could be actually really hurtful and damaging, like mentally over, a lifetime. If you uproot someone from like where they're actually supposed to be from naturally, without, regards to their well-being, you just move them somewhere else. That's terrible.
Yeah, that is true.
That's harsh, man.
You just wake up one morning and you just live in a completely different country.
Dude, I mean, that's what Drew Barrymore is dealing with every day in the movie 50 First Dates.
This next trailer looks like it's again a very similar kind of. Apparently, it's the same creators, I think.
Same. Okay, I was about to say.
But this one's like a strategy role-playing game. But it does have a steam train going through space.
Oh, it's the Polar Express. Tom Hanks, people.
Tom Hanks has gone very much off the rails. Did the Polar Express go into space? I have seen it briefly, but
no, I don't think it did. Uh-oh.
Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price. You are not one of them, Jin Yuan.
but the aesthetic of this looks very similar.
You are one of them.
The Shenzhou is in danger. This man,
It's a chess!
That chess piece was shaking like that guy from the other trailer.
Yeah.
Star
I
Rail.
want to see that the chess piece with like a chain gun. That's how you update chess.
I'm curious about the fact that it's a train in space called Star Rail. That's the thing I take away from that one. I think you'll like this next trailer. This game's going to be made by. I don't know if it's written by
Hard Space.
I think I'm looking at the wrong thing here. Try and get this to work. Hang on.
Working this whole time and then you broke it.
This
one.
The creators of Rick and Morty, apparently.
Or one of them, right?
Oh, is it only one? Okay.
I think so. It's the guy who does the voice of
Rick.
I guess does he do the voice of. Yeah, I don't know. James is the big fan. I've never really watched Rick and Morty. I respect their craft.
It's got a cult following, that show. But
yeah, because I got that VR game that they made, and I keep meaning to play. In fact, maybe that's what I'll do tonight.
This game seems very meta as well. It almost seems to be like a parody of like video game genres and.
Yeah, because it is very much like breaking the fourth wall. Because there's a knife you have too, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still here. You can still use me if you want. I can deflect attacks. Did you know that? I'm not just all about stabbing. Well, I'm mostly all about stabbing and tethering, but I can also deflect attacks. I'll slice in the yeah, I'll cut their heads off. I'll rip their limbs off. Do everything. Oh, I'm gonna cut right into them. I'll cut their asshole
If this commentary is all the way through the game, then I think it's going to be amazing. But I can't tell if that's just for the trailer.
Yeah, as long as it's not too repetitive, or you don't want to like die and then be playing these sections over and over again and hearing the same thing.
But if you die and you hear completely different dialogue, that would be even better.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it would be nice.
Just for you.
Hey, you're just as nice and squishy on the inside as the
Yeah, it does kind of have like a Conker's Bad Fur Day kind of boss feel. The shit monster or whatever. And the style of humor, I guess, does fall underneath that umbrella.
Impressed you made it this far. My ex-soldiers are extremely strong.
Honestly, I don't think they were. We're new at this, and it was pretty easy to kill them all.
If I'm going out, I'm taking you with me!
Just stay alive. I think she's basically done for.
See that trailer was quite long compared to some of them, but I'm presumably it was in game.
Yeah, I believe so. That was just straight up gameplay. So
it would be. Doesn't seem like it wouldn't be. So I mean, I prefer to see in-game gameplay. Like I think this does a good job of also being entertaining to watch. Like it's still like that was better for me than a cinematic. I think probably because of the dialogue. Like sometimes
it had a nice mixture of the two. Like you're seeing the
exactly
actual like what to be expected gameplay wise, but you get like cinematic part of the humor of the boss fight.
Yeah, it's like when we were watching the Heartbreaker trailer before, and it was kind of like, yeah, I guess this is why they do cinematic trailers, because just watching a few ships slowly float around in space is kind of dull. Not dull, but you know what I mean. Speaking of which,
you've been selected from among thousands of candidates.
Hey, Cutter.
To join the Lynx family.
You're from Earth, right?
This is more than just a job. It's
an opportunity.
You ever miss it?
Caution.
Oh shit, oh shit!
Lynx, making the world
a better place.
What they say about work in space is true.
This seems a bit like Space Engineers to me.
There's something real special here.
You don't have power here. You never will.
Look around you. We're expendable.
But I've never actually played it, so.
Ain't a tray like it. Dancing between the ribs of a ship, gaze out at the rest of the human race, buzzing in the distance. That's when the sky fills up with flames.
I think this has already been on PC for a while, but
yeah, it must have been.
It's coming to consoles, I believe. But this quote here.
What was that quote? Yeah. Who is the gamer?
I don't know.
Yes, I should know. They seem like
it gives
they
me
know
hope.
something I don't.
It gives me hope, because if they can get on the trailer, maybe we can get on one day.
My god! We just need to start, like, anytime a game comes out, just write them and be like, "Hey, it's Gamefront. We'll say something about may just be the most important game you'll play this year." What does that mean? What does that fucking mean?
Dude,
may just be the most important game you'll play this year. I've never played, to be fair, a game I would actually consider important. I've enjoyed them; they are entertaining, but to be like, on my deathbed.
This was important. Important is a heavy word. I agree.
The most important game I've ever played. Who are you? Put your name to this. They call me the gamer. Okay, pretentious much.
This is kind of. I'm curious to know what the gamer is, because I mean.
I don't know if you have like your priorities straight, but this is the most important game you'll play this year. Yeah.
The Gamer, the leading source for gaming news, covering the hottest movie and TV topics that fans want. The go-to source for comic book and superhero movie fans. And then third in line, all the latest gaming news.
I'm adding these guys to my follow list, to my Google News feed, because they must have not been showing up.
It's amazing how gaming and popular cultures like TV, movies, and comic books have kind of converged, because not as much at Gamescom, but it's certainly in like the merchandise areas, but websites as well, and lots of formerly gaming websites do now cover movies, TV. I mean, we kind of want to do it too. I guess it all kind of fits in nerd culture, but it's just odd how he's called himself the gamer, and then he's on his
the gamer front,
the gamer front, and then on his like
we're coming for you.
The actual gaming news is buried below the fold.
Yeah,
whatever.
This quote is attributed to Gamefront, and it's about the new Taco Bell grilled cheese burrito explosion.
I'll be honest with you, and the only people who've done that since I've taken over during my reign is Nvidia, and they quoted us.
They did. Wow.
I think they just go on Google and just try and find positive quotes that kind of fit the narrative they want to tell, and then they actually emailed me and said, "Can we use this?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, knock yourself out."
Oh yeah, of course. Can we get a quote from you guys? Gamefront, the most important new game website you'll ever be part of. NVIDIA.
Anyway,
oh my god! Great! So they have a Telltale series going on too, The Expanse. So that's what Telltale's doing again. They're like, you know what didn't work for us last time? This same exact business model.
Listen, the more you swing the cricket bat, the more likely you are to hit the ball. That's all.
True.
Sorry, baseball bat, not cricket.
Yeah, get it right, okay?
Obviously, one of those universes that has a ton
This has dialogue, so.
Okay, how long is this?
2 minutes.
I'm super excited.
We can skip it if you like.
Is the zero-G stuff that we've been doing. A big part of when we're making the game, not only are we thinking about the characters,
Frost.
we also have to think about how can we evolve the genre in any way that will make players excited to be part of this universe and feel like they're engaging with something rather than just being a passive audience member.
That was so crazy, new-edged gameplay.
It's actually been a really interesting thing as an actor to explore some of her more vulnerable sides that by the time we meet her in the series, they've been cauterized.
Yeah, and she's like actually like looks like a human being in real life. This Telltale series style.
Are you not a fan?
Not in this instance where it's trying to actually like replicate like an actual live TV show.
The craziness of
I guess The Walking Dead would be the similar thing, but
several parts in a mass that you can move among.
Feels weird that they just showed that actress, and I was just like, and what, they decided to take out all the fat from her face and her neck and like make her look like this creepy like Nightmare Before Christmas character.
Angry Zach's angry again.
Scavenger. Pretty dark job. We're really excited about how it feels to both play and experience the story in the game.
I just shit my spacesuit. I know, I can smell it from here. God, that's not a good sign.
Whoever did this is long gone, and we still have a ship that's ready to be scavenged. So get to it.
It's never good when you see heads hanging on the rack.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Deck 9 involved in this as well? Okay, interesting.
Probably hangry, Zach. I should have eaten my slice of pizza.
Have you not had your Taco Bell for today?
No, I have not.
Well, we're near the end now.
Oh yeah, here we go, baby.
I think
talking about.
Yeah, I knew you'd like this one. This is Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I'll watch that tonight.
I like this old 80s aesthetic again as well.
I didn't notice that April 1st, 1988.
Oh, I don't know if this music's copyrighted. It probably is, isn't it?
That's the... Well, yeah, I don't know what song this is.
It might be generic.
It's going to go under the... From the executive director of Friday the 13th, the game.
It just looks ridiculous on so many levels, but I absolutely love it. I don't.
Yeah, same here. But this is I'm gonna say underneath the same umbrella as the Madden bullshit I was complaining about. It's just like, nope. Friday the 13th should have just like added as like, or like those should be DLCs for this. For, you know, here's the game engine that, or you know, what we created. We'll just release these skins for things because it's gonna be the same fucking shit. I bet. And it feels like streaming services. Do you guys want to play Dying Light or not Dying? Dead by Daylight? Here's the Evil Dead game.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's true. It's but I think again, they just try and go with they know what's going to be successful or has been successful, right? It's just kind of
right, but it never seems like it pans out that way. Like the Aliens game that came out, the World War Z games that come out, it's just like wow.
Yeah,
no creativity, just like get like you said, just like a carbon copy, and they're like, we'll just do a different skin. We're gonna, and same with Telltale, just like we're gonna get the rights to this, property, and just slap it on there. And then God knows if is it the Friday the 13th game?
Yeah,
which was the one that was like getting like the hardest time, like getting sued or having like lawsuit.
I think it may.
I think it was that one.
I think it was the Friday the 13th game. Yeah.
Yeah, which makes it even funnier that they're boasting from the executive director of Friday the 13th game, the one that was shut down because they didn't have the rights to it anymore because of the different studios.
They must have figured it out. They're gonna call it, but I mean,
the World War Z game, the first one was decent. The reason for them to make a sequel to it, I don't know, that was ridiculous. And then the Aliens game. Has anyone played that?
No. Nah.
That's another one of those where it was just like dead on arrival, where they're just like, and the community is this many people. So like and no wonder why all of them are desperately adding crossplay now, because they're just so like
because they can't get enough plays on the servers.
Right. We can't just have it exclusive to this console anymore. It has to be play because there'll just never be enough players on the servers.
I played the Aliens game, crashed a few times, nobody joined any game, I deleted it. Exactly, that's it's tough. It's rough stuff, as Zach would say. This is for Scars Above.
16.
Is this about Lion King?
It is not about Scar from Lion King, no.
Damn it. Been wanting to see that prequel.
And explored, but found.
What? Scar came from outer space? That's where he came from.
Yeah.
It has been 6 months since the alien object known as the Metahedron suddenly appeared above Earth's atmosphere.
Personal log, sentient contact assessment and response team.
I kind of like the plot for this.
Natural.
It sounds like the plot from this could be like a really bad Netflix series. To be honest, it's a fun little concept, I suppose. But
it's literally the line I thought they'd write. Something stirred back.
Metahedron? No, I don't think that's what he said.
She dodged right into that creature.
Well,
she's like, barrel roll, and that creature's like, and I eat you. You are fucking Christian Bale from Reign of Fire.
I mean, that is, in fairness, accurate to how it'll be played if James plays it. So, yeah, I mean, it's again like it's tough to tell exactly what it's going to be like. I mean, I think it's.
You can tell that the name of the game is meant to be very deep. Scars Above.
I mean,
but there's got to be an underneath to an above. Yeah. Like there's a below.
I don't know.
To a up top.
There's a below to an up top.
And there are wounds where there would be scars, and there is heals to be had where there has been wounds which were made by scars. And he did that to Mustafa. Killed his own brother.
Are you talking about Lion King?
Fucked up.
Yep, he's talking about Lion King again. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
It's a circle.
Let's try.
Oh, it's what's his name? Jeff, right? Isn't that this?
It's Jeff Keighley, yeah.
But he spells it like Geoff, right?
He does. He's one of those Jeffs with a G.
Yeah. If I had a kid, I would name him Jeff like that.
Jeff with a G. You monster.
Yeah. I know.
But this is the new role-playing game called Wordsong, which I think is being developed by a lot of people. Well, I think they're called Wicked Games, but basically, it's the developers who did all of your favorite role-playing games, and
Yeah,
some
hold
that
on a
you weren't
second.
quite
There's
fond
a
of.
couple of those. Yeah, I was gonna say Dragon Age and Fallout 4. Get out of there.
Yeah, the Outer Worlds was pretty good, although
Gross.
it was
No, yeah,
probably
that's
not
what I
quite
mean.
on the
Like
same-
everything
yeah.
else. Oh, Elder Scrolls, Skyrim. I'm not a big fan of, but New Vegas, Fallout 3.
I loved Skyrim when it was before that particular horse armor DLC had been beaten to death. But yeah. But there is decent talent behind it. I think is the message there.
In the crux of reality, there exists two lies.
My name is Jeff.
One before the shadow, and one behind the eye.
Hey, someone turn the lights out. Oh, here we go. Cool. Baba Yaga or Krampus?
Very short trailer and doesn't really give.
Oh yeah. Dead fuck all.
Yeah, very little. So
I just saw a creepy ghost monster that turned the light on and off, and then ripped a fart and put his finger up to his mouth and was like, "Don't tell anybody. I just farted." Shh. This secret dies with me and you. All right, dude.
Yeah, interesting. But I mean, like I say,
like
role-playing
light
game,
and dark,
entertainment.
and yeah, exactly. It's just, but it's like been done to death, people.
I know,
Fuck
and
me.
again,
what is
it's
Elden Ring? But like, am I not?
It's
seeing
like
a trailer?
It's kind of got this like again Dark Souls, the Elden Ring thing in space. Yeah, I don't know. Space. That is a space. Yes, son. Now we can be a family again.
Moon is made of cheese.
This is DLC for Age of Empires, who cares? Gotham Knights. The official villains trailer. This I'm kind of curious to see.
Jim Gordon never gave up on anything.
Yeah.
That's why Gotham City is still here. It's why I'm still here. And I've known.
How did
for
you
a
get
while
here,
now
ma'am?
that
Because you're
someday,
drinking.
like him.
And are you on the
I
job?
have to work with you.
Maybe she was taking the train or the metro.
I've
Yeah,
seen
one hopes
plenty
so.
of criminals in my career, but
Oh,
could have
Jigsaw.
prepared me for this.
It's one of the characters from Saw.
Well, well, if it isn't Brat Girl.
Harley, you're
Gotham
always
City is
so
at her weakest.
clever.
There's blood in the water, and the sharks are circling. They're all making their move,
Play nice.
but we aren't going to give up.
A storm has risen over Gotham. Nothing can stop it.
Awkward.
See you at the premiere.
I need your help, your skills, your knowledge, your adaptability. You got my back?
Oh, boys!
This biopic is based on a true story. My story. Soon, the world will feel the cold as I do.
I got one last little surprise for you.
Come to watch the show, Red Hood.
Nah, I'm just here to kick your ass.
Pre-order now and get the 233 custom Batcycle skin.
which Danny did not sit on. He was not allowed anywhere near it except for to ask 20 feet away, sir, and you can take a photo. But just one photo, and you got to keep moving. Keep moving.
Don't cross the line. Don't cross the barrier.
Yeah, no, do not. Mind the gap.
Mind the gap. You know, I think they've moved the release date forward.
But yeah, by 3 days.
Yeah. Which is interesting because most games do it the other way around. But
well, they had already postponed it a year. So
listen, you got to take the W's when you can get them. I did see a Red Bull Mini Cooper. I don't remember seeing a Pokemon Mini Cooper. Sorry, Kamikaze Ice. I must have not come across that one. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I think it'd be pretty good. Dare to be a Batman game without Batman? Why not? This one is Where Winds Meet.
Where Winds Meet.
Oh, good. Glad you said it.
Where Winds Meet. Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got this, Danny. Thanks.
Thanks.
Was this the Chinese-made game? No.
It's like I think it was like a brand new IP, but it kind of reminded me a lot of something like Ghost of Tsushima or something. It was kind of that kind of maybe Assassin's Creedy. But yeah, it's kind of clearly saying China at some point in history. The subtitles are interesting if you haven't read them.
I feel like that's what I was reading when I did originally see this, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know, it's the lyrics to the song, but...
I couldn't tell if he was walking along something narrow or if he was walking through the air there, but... The gameplay looks like it's going to be really fun. I especially like the way you can...
Well, that was the only thing I would say. Well, if you go back and watch, it just seemed like some of the fight scenes wouldn't have made sense.
But
like what you were pulling off. Like, you know, not that part. No, it was when it was actually like hand on, or like sword. It was further up, yeah. But
this bit?
Yeah, I think so. This stuff right here.
It does look
like I was just like,
yeah.
Right, it just looks like it's not connecting and like things aren't like, I don't know. It looked.
Yeah, like that was a big old axe he was chopping him up. Scythe.
Yeah, and that looks cinematic that it cut to right there or whatever at least. So.
Yeah, so you think this is probably not gameplay, but just made to look.
I don't know. It's just it just looks like something that if you were to then like It's not like simple, like, or I don't want to say simple, but like Dark Souls, where you actually like one attack is one attack, where it's not. This seems like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry again. With, but it looked like a lot of it wasn't necessarily landing, or like, I don't know, the functionality or whoever was playing it, or
hitboxes were probably generous.
Yeah, yeah. Who knows? Because who's this developer?
I believe this one is.
That's why I felt like it was a Chinese. It's a game made from a Chinese developer, and I was just like, oh, never heard of them, and.
It probably says at the end.
It had like the cinematic once again looked interesting, but the gameplay, I was like, okay, this is either too much going to be like a Bayonetta where it's button mashing to hell, or like you have like right trigger and X, and then you're going to do a 6-hit combo or something. I don't know.
They didn't put their name on the trailer, so I'm not actually sure. But
always a sign of good quality.
When you don't want to associate yourself with the game.
Not like what is it? The Build a Rocket Boy.
Yeah. Oh boy. Speaking of building,
even the name of that company, like that developed, like think about it. Build a Rocket Boy. Like if your dad like came, well, hey, why don't you just go build a rocket boy? Okay, Dad. You just doomed your son to like blowing himself up.
I thought it was more encouragement. I thought it was more like, son, one day you'll build a rocket boy or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it's like,
there's a guy in America that was trying to prove that the Earth was flat by like launching himself up in a homemade rocket.
Oh, I can
how
believe
it panned out for him.
Did someone
He's
actually? Did they actually
dead.
do that? Did one of them actually? Oh my God! You cannot put these things past the flat earthers. Jesus Christ!
No, yeah.
Oh
man,
these are the kind of people who will try and charter a boat to the Antarctic and kill themselves by freezing to death because they just do not understand that.
Well, no, because they end up going off the edge. I mean, we all know the Earth is flat. I don't know what's the problem here.
Of course,
like, come on, guys.
Ridiculous. The Great Waterfall into space. This is Part Beyond. This is by Bandai Namco. I'm quite excited for this one just because I like things like Planet Coaster, Theme Park World, Roller Coaster Tycoon, and this one just looks like it's going to be very wacky, so you can
cocaine. I mean, no, not cocaine. I'm sorry.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but it just looks like you're gonna be able to do a lot of really creative stuff with it. It just looks like
turn cardboard into a plane. Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, these kind of
dude, that's Hitman's brother right there.
Yeah.
That guy's getting people killed.
Like theme park builders have always been kind of wacky, but this one just seems like it's taken all of the limitations away. Like stuff like that's like you would never ever see a ride do something like that. That's just
great job, guys.
Yeah.
Has a lot of potential.
For spinal injuries and.
Couldn't we go a step beyond?
And this guy looking like something out of an Austin Powers movie.
He strangles people like at night. Like with a garrote or whatever.
He just carry his piano wire in his pocket, but
yeah, like right now when she turned, he immediately like garroted her, just like. Ah!
Yeah. But I think you're going to be able to make some pretty creative stuff with this. It's going to
what'd be really nice is when they come around the corner, we put up a piano wire and it just decapitates everybody on the ride all at once.
Beyond, coming soon.
I think Park Beyond's going to be good. I'm excited.
Park Beyond sounds like something you'd tell like a pervert to do. Like, what are you doing here? No, Park Beyond. Like, go away. Like, no one wants you around us. So Park Beyond. Is this the campground? Is this the communal campground? No, you Park Beyond.
Well, one, that's a very interesting take, Zach, so thank you for that.
I just had it said to me, so I just like it's home, and that's when I went back with my piano wire and I strangled that whole family. And
okay,
I've been living in that RV ever since with all those decapitated the Spance heads.
I see that Park Beyond has hit an emotional trigger for you on multiple levels.
Did you not hear about the Quarry DLC that's going to get released?
Oh God, really? Does it involve piano
it's
wire?
Starring me? No, but it should. It should star me.
Well,
oh man.
Listen, Kamikaze Ice, I agree. The laws of physics are overrated. You don't need them in a game like that.
Yeah, like Goat Simulator.
Are you a big Warhammer guy?
I've enjoyed a game or two.
We'll play this trailer.
But this does look meh.
Set in the grimdark future of Warhammer 40,000. Welcome to Tertium.
Oh yeah, Tertium. I was like, it has a weird name, the city. Tertium.
Most fantasy these things do, don't they?
In this darkest of hours.
You are a reject. Awesome, good to hear. Things are going well for me.
I like how they're putting things like choose your class as a headline feature when really, like, surely that's just fundamental to how the game should work.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. We're not reinventing the wheel here, okay? Level up and customize your loadout, because what else are you gonna do in a game that doesn't have very much going on besides repetition? Hey, you guys! Rejects will rise. It's like,
I know,
okay,
what a tagline.
I want to meet someone who's just like loves the game so much that they're like, you know what?
I'm happy to be called a
that
reject.
on my chest. I'm getting it tattooed. Yeah, Left 40. Like, this is just another one of those games where the
Left 40k.
Hey, do you think this is worth our time? I don't know. If we got, is it in the budget? Can we pay some people for this game and then we'll lay them off at the end of it? And that's just how it's going to go from here on out because none of us are doing anything interesting.
This is Blacktail, A Witch's Fate. I think.
Oh, from Focus.
Focus published a lot of games that were revealed at Gamescom, to be honest. One thing I will say is there wasn't much from like the really big AAA studios this year, was there? I mean, there was no real like Ubisoft, EA. I mean, you know.
Stop it! You can't hide.
They got nothing.
Princess.
Oh, Baba.
How much longer you
Baba Yaga.
be a nobody?
I just need to find the Red Oak.
What you really want to find is the hut.
What the
I'll be
hell
the
is
judge
wrong
of
with
that.
this forest?
Babaheen.
Not bad. You kill it. You kill it again.
If anything bad happens, always head straight to the Red Oak.
That's what. Yeah, I there was a sign for this right next to our booth, and I was curious by the Pac-Man logo for the sea. I'm sure.
I love Turok. It does kind of have a Turok vibe a little bit because of the bow and arrow and stuff.
Yeah. But I'm guessing this isn't supposed to be Pac-Man, but maybe it is. I don't know.
You ever think that James is kind of like when he gets recording or gets on like the fan mail, that it's kind of like he's being plugged into the Matrix, and then when he's done, like Aaron comes in there and like unplugs him. He's just like, "Oh, how long was I in there?" It's just like, "Oh, 2 hours this time." Oh yeah,
yeah,
all right.
Maybe.
Okay, I've completely forgot what was going on there, but like he lives two lives, kind of separate. It's just like there's no crossover really. Like when he's pulled out, like that's why he doesn't remember. Like every time he's plugged back in, he's just like, "Oh, okay, so this is an Xbox controller. AXYB."
It's one of the most solid theories I've heard today. But what made that particular thought cross your mind?
The Baba Heen thing. I figured it was
Yeah.
just kind of like, oh yeah, there's like two worlds.
The Heen
Where
tricks.
it's like, oh, yeah, like you like, or the Stranger Things or whatever, where they like go into the other,
the
what is it
upside
called?
down. It's
The upside down.
Yeah, James puts his headset on and he's suddenly in the upside down. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
basically what
it was like, oh shit. This is your that's our multi-universe, or it's our Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Good news. We're on to the last 5.
We're almost there.
This is Phantom
Hellcat.
Hellcat. Which kind of looks like Phantom of the Opera crossed with Bayonetta, and I think I like that. I'm not sure. Short and sweet. What do you make of that? I think it.
Yeah, sure. That's what a nice cinematic trailer should do. Nice and short, and
it was. I'm not sure if it was gameplay, but this.
Yeah, maybe that might be, but it's interesting when you don't see a HUD.
Yeah, well, I think they did that just
like,
to make it look clean, don't they? So
well, right. They totally could, but at the same time, like the angle that we're seeing those hits from are like the side.
Yeah. The camera does seem to be. Yeah, I suppose that's true. It could be just because there was a wall there, though.
Or maybe that's how the camera reacts, because like here's the 2D platforming or.
Yeah.
Platforming sequence.
But then at this point, you'd think the camera would be behind, so it's tough to tell. But at least you can get the idea that it's basically a hack and slashy type thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you know, I like that kind of thing. So I quite like the aesthetic of it. So I think I'm interested in that one. This is again another short and sweet one, Crossfire X Babylon.
Oh, the Heen Tricks. Heen Tricks Revolutions. The Heen Tricks rebooted.
I think this is just a new content drop. I'm not massively familiar with this game, to be honest, but... Is this kind of like a Call of Duty-esque?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Oh, but there's like Titans or whatever you'd call them, mechs.
Yeah. I was going to say the mechs kind of gave me a Titanfall vibe.
Well, that's...
Yeah, I'm not massively familiar with that game, but you know, I'm sure it looks cool.
Crossfire.
If you like...
Crossfire.
This is the Outlast Trials.
Oh. Oh, is this the multiplayer one?
I'm not sure if it's multiplayer. I think it is actually. I think there's going to be a beta or something. Because it says closed beta trailer, so that kind of implies a multiplayer, doesn't it?
You never know, but it looks like it. Ooh.
But I'm getting this kind of Fallout, kind of government conspiracy sort of creepiness vibes, which I kind of like. Combined with like straight up horror, like that theme park ride reminded me of the bit in BioShock 2 with the theme park and stuff. It's, It's definitely taking cues from a number of different things.
Chemical encouragement, doctrine over person.
This is for your own good.
The final confession.
Oh.
That's gruesome.
That's a friend. Wend. You're my friend.
By the promise of execution.
Nah, I'm good.
I don't know what how the gameplay is going to be, but is it going to be almost Squid Game kind of thing, where it's just like who can survive to the end or something. I'm not sure.
Something like that, or it's either work together, kind of like Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, maybe. But gameplay is going to be like Outlast. Thank you. Thank you.
Straight out prick.
This is the finals, as introduced by Jeff Keighley.
Right. Next up, we've got a tease of the first release from Embark Studios, which a lot of the veterans that worked on the Battlefield franchise in Stockholm, Sweden. They've got a shooter wrapped in a game show format where destruction is going to play a key role. What we've got here is a short tease with some actual gameplay in it. The full reveal is coming later in September. You can sign up starting now to get in to start playtests of this. Check out the finals.
Okay, that's a pretty pretentious name for a game.
The finals?
The finals. Yeah.
That was short.
Hold on a second. Did he actually you get to see some gameplay?
I didn't see any gameplay in there, but
I think I saw maybe a total of 4 seconds of gameplay.
Yeah, that bit.
There we go.
That was it.
There we go.
If you can
covered up by a bunch of bullshit.
If you can call that gameplay.
And cut, and cut, and cut, and cut, and cut here.
They're not the first people to do that though. Just put a femtosecond of gameplay in a cinematic trailer and call it a gameplay trailer.
Yeah, just kind of cram it in there right in the middle.
Yeah.
No, this looks close.
It's disgusting, man. It's
they're gonna shit their pants for the finals. What was that one game that was kind of like a battle royale that also just shit the bed? It'll come to me, but it was even a sequel. Okay, last trailer. Let's get this.
This is Dead. Well, this is Dead Island 2. Now,
yeah. And speaking of oh my god,
I am excited about
this.
So this is probably the biggest.
Really?
This is probably going to be the biggest announcement that I saw on this. So.
It's already been announced 8 years ago.
Have you with us? First of all, let's explain a little context to that trailer we saw. Who is that character that we meet?
Thank you, Jeff. It's great to be here.
Oh, this is 4 minutes long. What's the actual trailer? This is not the trailer, is it?
Well, it says the trailer, but there you go. That's who they had to show off was a Deep Silver game. That's been in a Dam Buster. That's a nice studio name. They got some really stupid names for game companies. Wicked Games. It's just what that also implies.
Yeah, look, it's the Street Sharks.
Oh no, the Street Sharks. That's what James fears.
It really is the Street Sharks. Look.
It'd be great if that's what he's actually afraid of, is just actually
we're here
statue.
On Venice Boardwalk with the Street Sharks.
Street Sharks.
Street Sharks.
When you come down to Venice Beach, keep your eye out for the Street Sharks. They'll tear your ass.
Oh, amazing.
Welcome to Sterling Hotels in the beautiful Venice Beach, right off of Palms Boulevard.
It's hammer time.
Oh my god. Oh, and you found the censored one too.
Let's wait for the happy ending. Jimmy?
Interesting that this isn't censored, but that one part was.
It might have been more of a stylistic jump cut.
Yeah, I think you're right. But there's a version that doesn't have that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it probably was for oh no! That must be so gruesome. Like that.
Oh, shit.
This seems like a very accurate simulation of Venice Beach.
Yeah, you do have to punch zombies in the face.
Imagine if you're just playing this and you just see James taking Punker for a walk.
Why is the subtitle just saying motherfucker and it said oh no for a really long time?
Yeah, there's something going on with the subtitles there.
Oh, it's the lyrics to the song.
Ah, that makes sense.
I think.
The song now probably gets copyrighted. Anyway.
So you played Dead Island, the first one?
Yeah. It's pretty fun.
Because I'm the one who did that for Gamefront back in the day, the walkthrough.
No fun?
And it was decent. No, it had its moments, but it was pretty repetitive, and the weapons and everything wasn't as like clean as they should have been. Like the functionality, I don't know, it was pretty wonky. There was times where that game was, you could tell, made by a new team, an unexperienced team.
The only thing Steve the Ghost liked about Dead Island was the trailer. Fair enough. Maybe the only thing we'll like about Dead Island 2 is the trailer. I don't know. But I mean, it had the Street Sharks in it. So what more do you want?
Yeah. Do you remember the original Dead?
Vaguely, yeah.
Dead Island trailer?
Yeah. We should probably find it. I've closed the thing now, so maybe not. But
it's all good. But yeah, it's played in reverse. The little girl falling out of the hotel.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jeff, the dude from Raw, what was that?
Jeff with a J or Jeff with a G?
It's Jeff with a G, but this is a Jeff from Rooster Teeth. He does a reaction video to that one. It's pretty funny. The Dead Island trailer, the original one.
I should.
Had a little girl. It's pretty funny. That trailer is pretty heart-wrenching. The Dead Island 2 actual trailer I was going to say, you should look that up. The one that was like announced 4, 5, 6 years ago or whatever was pretty fun too, where it's a guy running down Venice Beach, and like everything's like chaotic behind him, but he doesn't realize.
Let's see if I can find it. Should probably search on YouTube rather than freaking Bing, but
you want to Bing it? You want to go and Bing?
I went and Binged it. Dead Island 2 trailer 1. 8 years ago, this one, E3 2014 trailer. Wow.
Isn't that fucking crazy? 8 years ago.
Yeah, that's
and just... they kept the same premise. That's what I mean. Like, because it was it not THQ, was it? Who owned Deep Silver then? Or someone like, I feel like when that all went to shit, because THQ went defunct, but now it's THQ Nordic, right?
THQ Nordic isn't really THQ. It's kind of like a spin-off of what used to be...
Right, THQ.
No, it wasn't THQ, weirdly enough. Like THQ was part of the it is, but THQ was bought by what do they used to be called? It's all part of Embrace now. Nordic Games, I think it was.
THQ Nordic Games. I could see where you'd make that connection, Danny.
No, they were called, but that's what they were called, right?
Right, Nordic Games.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, Nordic Games.
But yeah, they acquired the THQ trademark in 2014.
Yeah. And so it's not quite THQ, as in the developer side of THQ.
Okay.
Let me see if I can try and get this old Dead Island trailer to show up. Just give me one moment. See if I can make this work. There we go. I think I might just have to do
the only thing I know about Baja is the type of tacos I like.
Have you? Yeah, I'm guessing you're hungry now. You still not had your Taco Bell? Are you having Taco Bell for lunch?
No, I do have to go to town, but I'm probably gonna then, if I do get something, go to Killer Tacos.
What is Killer Tacos, and how can you betray your beloved Taco Bell?
That's where I worked at in high school, was at Killer Tacos.
Oh!
So it is a betrayal that I feel is just. But there's also another Mexican place that's called El Mercadito, and their veggie burrito is divine!
I like the box that just says, check the classification.
What the fuck? What does that mean?
Deep silver. James getting ready to go for a run. Doing his limbic stretches.
Yeah, it's about James's bulge size.
Living the dream. Oh, God. You can tell it's vintage when you've got an iPad like the iPod in the
That was
trail.
a Zune, man.
Was that a Zune? That wasn't a Zune.
No.
It looked too fancy for a Zune.
I'm the bomb and I'm about to blow up. Yeah, bitches. Oh, how far we've come. I feel like my favorite Duna place is like coming up. Dona, however you say it.
Surely the shops along here are not accurate. As in, they're not the right...
That kind of looks like the one spot I was thinking of. I mean, what's the point in it taking place in Venice if they're not going to accurately show Venice?
No, I mean, it'll look like it, but the actual names on the shops are not going to be the same, are they? Is all I'm saying.
No, you're right. Yeah. Unless something is like so landmark-like that they can get away with it. Oh, he's looking good.
I mean...
Oh, wait. Is that how that would happen?
I
feel like certain parts of this is like, oh, what the fuck?
To be honest, I think in the next 10 to 15 years, if you try to go for a run without putting Factor 50 on, that's effectively what is going to happen.
Yeah, it's a good point.
But yeah, this trailer is so dumb.
Well, and it's just one of those things that like showed nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks decent.
For good reason, though, because like by the time this game actually does come out, this trailer is going to be so irrelevant to the end product.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact that it is, as we saw, set on Venice Beach. Don't forget to go.
Now I feel like they're keeping some of the previous games characters, so I don't know. Who cares? 8 years. Crazy.
Oh, I didn't even show that on the screen. Whoops-a-daisy.
What?
The trailer.
The trailer?
While we were playing it.
Nice.
I forgot to
Danny's
transition.
nailing it.
I forgot to transition.
It's bedtime for Danny.
It's bedtime for me.
He had to transition.
Forgot to moving swiftly.
Everyone's accepting of whatever you want to be.
Right.
You want to call it.
Thanks for tuning in. Are we going to be playing some video games tomorrow? It's up to you.
I'll be free, so hit me up.
Sure. We'll be back tomorrow for some... I don't know. I'm feeling like Sniper Elite.
We could look at what we have.
The Stone Eagle I came across the other day is making me feel like I want to...
Oh, that was pretty funny. That was pretty great. Very apropos.
Zach's decided to leave early. Right, we're off, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
I forgot about the camera. I was like, oh,